Hello, folks. Sad to say, I saw this coming, as a lot of you did in Canada, the 51st state. For all those who've participated with me, there is no more doubts that all of those months of online death threats to Ambassador Pete Hoekstra were going to finally materialize, especially on the January 28th and 29th comment of traitors by none other than Premier David Eby. He made this happen, and in the link of this title, folks, I've got my signature drive, but I'm going to leave it open. Now, more than ever, signatures, put in your name to that email. You just send me an email. I send you the petition of David Eby's comments that are a clear violation of civil and political rights enshrined in freedom of expression, freedom of speech, that have been tied to the United States and Canada for decades, folks. And China doesn't honor that. And yet your government says China could breach USA and these sacred laws is bad, but China good, USA bad. Your government's off its rocker. And fortunately today, what I knew was coming, honestly, I'm surprised it hasn't been me yet. Knock on wood. I've had so many death threats. Do you know, there is no day that goes by when I go into Canada, the 51st state, and I say, I wonder how many people are going to request membership, and turn around and answer those questions with, I hope you fucking die. I hope somebody kills you. I hope somebody blows your fucking head off. Those are the average comments. I average about 1 to 2 of those a day. I usually save adding people now, so that it's about a dozen at a time. I'll wait till I'm at about 150, and I get about a dozen of those. We're going to kill you. We're going to blow your fucking head off. I hope somebody kills you. That's what I get all the time. And likewise, so has Ambassador Pete Hoekstra. Now, folks, I'm going to tell you why this wasn't Iranians, Iranian cell, terrorist groups, Hezbollah or Hamas in Canada. I'm going to tell you absolutely why it was an elbows up group of Canadians sending a message to Pete Hoekstra. I'm going to tell you how I know this. I'm so well read and studied, folks, and the way Iran, Hezbollah, Lebanon, Hamas, all of it, they target embassies and they take credit for it. They want media coverage. The only people going after specifically a U.S. consulate that's in Toronto is because it's the home of Ambassador Pete Hoekstra. Folks, when you go through all his X posts, all his Facebook posts, where I've had so many of you, the Canada 51st state members, support me in trying to fight off the lunatic crazy from elbows up Canada, and we clearly lost that battle. And I'm so proud of the many dozens of you that have gone out courageously to defend U.S. Ambassador Pete Hoekstra. But let's all face it and face facts. This was coming, because there's no other guy who knows about those death threats to Ambassador Pete Hoekstra than myself in Canada. From real lunatic Canadians, conservative, liberal, NDP, Green, you name it, it's the majority elbows up, and the frenzy of lunatic crazies, sponsored by none other than David Eby's comments about traitors, about there's an old-fashioned term for that, which is strung up, shot, quartered, and killed in Canada. That's what the legal truth of treason is, even though that clearly isn't the crime of treason. When David Eby did that, he brought forth every lunatic radical and told them, kill these people, murder them, shoot them, hang them, quarter them, stab them, because that's Canadian law of treason, even though, again, there is no treason crime here. It's not. The best of the best experts say clearly David Eby should have never said that unless he was hoping to have mass murders done in Canada. And now, unfortunately, those same lunatics who have a green card from David Eby to go forth and assassinate in their crazy lunatic minds, yeah, that's what we have here. And what I said was going to happen has happened. And it's so very important. I'm all caught up. I've got my 1,000, no problem. I've answered mostly everybody. There's still some mailer daemon issues. There's other people I still have to answer. But tonight I'm starting the list. I'm going through it. I'm putting everybody on. And as I get to people who haven't answered, I'm going to do that last roll call. We've got 2 days. Most of you have answered. We have a whole backup answered. So I'm going to go through all of it. And anyone who wants to get on, this video is your time. We can't be cowards at this time, even though I'm telling you, this is not Iranian terror cells or Hezbollah, Lebanon, Syria, or Hamas, Palestine. It's none of those people. They would have went absolutely to the U.S. Embassy in Canada if that was on their radar, so that they would get the news and media coverage from it. It is absolutely 100% likely that it was elbows up Canadians, because all you have to do is RCMP, who didn't do, left it up to us, the unarmed, the average Joe Jane Canadians, to try and defend Ambassador Pete Hoekstra, to find sense in these people. But when the crown is sicking them on them and sicking them on us, what really can you do? This was going to happen. This was a message to Ambassador Pete Hoekstra. We're going to fucking kill you. That's what the radicals did. And why? Because you have Canadian politicians telling them to, publicly, illegally. If there's such a thing as hate speech and these liberals rolling out their laws, then tell me why Premier David Eby, British Columbia, isn't arrested, isn't brought up on charges for his completely false, absolutely hate speech comments that are not Canadian law, don't even match Canadian law, but have empowered so many radical lunatics to go out and kill. I've had just as many, probably more, because I'm Canadian. Absolute death threats. I get them. I don't even know. I've lost track. I stopped sending to the FBI because now it's so many that who done it when it happens? Who done it when it happens? David Eby, Mark Carney, Danielle Smith, Rob Ford, and on and on. The list of premiers is long, folks. I could keep going. But who done it? Now, Francois Legault quit. He's getting out as fast as possible. He knows the history of Quebec. He knows the history of how radical Canadians can get.
Hey, boss.
Hey.
That's not a great spot to park, eh? My buses are on detour here, and you're forcing all the
Oh.
oncoming traffic.
Okay.
Can you park somewhere else, please?
Sure, I can do that.
Thank you.
Well, I was always taught 3 meters before a stop sign, but clearly I got 3 meters. Nobody likes anything here, folks. That was the RCMP telling me to split. Beat it. Like I said, I know what 3 meters is. I've been driving my whole life. They closed the road here. He's like, we've diverted buses. It's like, I get it, but I didn't break the law, but that's how it is as a third-class subject in Canada, folks. Do what we say, obey. You have no rights. It's always been that way. And like I said, what happened here today, folks, was none other than elbows up radical Canadians. Lunatics. Lunatics created by your government, absolutely empowered by none other than Premier David Eby, who committed a hate crime, absolute, undeniable hate crime while holding office. But it's okay. He's a leftist, so it's all right. These are the right kind of to be murdered Canadians and Americans, right? You guys really think at this point we're going to be getting a new USMCA with the United States when some jerk-off Canadian just tried to take shots, or at least the threat of murder, assassination on the US ambassador to Canada? Again, Iran, Hezbollah, Hamas, Syrian rebels, all of them would have targeted the embassy in Ottawa, and they would have wanted to be on the news. They would have wanted it to be a spectacle. They would have wanted the screeching tires. If you've ever been to any of the embassies, I know I have. That's where they would have went, because that's where they're going to get all the attention. This is elbows up Canadians. This is the reality of our country today, and how far gone we really are, and how far gone your radical, deeply troubled politicians are. Any way, shape, or form to maintain their crown, violate all laws. It's no big deal because they're not subject to those laws. RCMP, police of every single force, have a mandate to protect not you, the Canadian subjects. You're second last on the list. It's from highest politician elected and appointed down in this country, all the way through to finally you, the subjects. And at the very end of that is all the First Peoples. Why do you think they're predominantly in prison? Right? That's Canada. That's what we are. That's what we've become. If you want to stop it, take my email, davevjbjorkman@gmail.com. I am most certain, because I have had no emails since I changed up our letter, UNSC's been quiet. Looks like it's well received, and I hit the mark absolutely on what they expect on the 12th. Looks like it's all good. It's been very quiet. Nothing since email 3 and 4, and of course 4 gets into more detail about email 3 that I shouldn't have ignored. It was important. I guess somebody thought I'd understand that, and I probably would have if I wasn't knee deep in the emails and I'd taken the time I usually do to deep dive things. I guess I should have, but it's all good. We're well on our way. We're going to get this done, and in the meantime, if more people after today's incident want to get on board, more the merrier. I'll process everybody can right down to the last minute. I'll be hard at her tonight. God bless. Have a great day. Bye now.